Good morning, children. Now let us continue with the lesson Weather, Climate and Adaptation of Animals to Climate. This lesson was taken last week, isn't it? No, I have not yet completed. Little bit of lesson. Last part is remaining. So let me continue with that portion. And I had already sent the PDF notes of this chapter. Hope everyone is completing your notes. Please complete your notes, whatever is given and how many chapters are completed. This week you had the project of 3 subjects, that is English, Kannada and Hindi. Now coming week you will be having the project of Maths, General Science and Social Science. Regarding the project, the information will be given by the respective subject teachers. Topic and everything will be given by the teachers to you very soon. And you will be having the written test also. So please be revising, read the textbook. So you will be having the questions from the textbook also. So after each chapter, please read the lessons also. Okay. Now what we had taken in the last lesson, I had taken about weather. So what is weather? So here weather and climate have a great impact on our daily life. Weather and climate, they determine the type of clothes we wear, mode of transport we use, type of food we grow and eat. So all the living organisms are adapted to survive in the climatic conditions of their natural habitat. This we had studied. Then next we had studied that what is a weather. So what is weather? The day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind, speed, etc. This is called as the weather of that particular place. Then we had studied about the elements of weather. So what are the elements of weather? Temperature, humidity, rainfall, snowfall, wind, speed, etc. These are called as the elements of weather. So these are the 4 types of climate: sunny, windy, cloudy and rainy. You can see it in the picture. Then the daily weather report carries the information about the temperature, humidity and rainfall during the past 24 hours. Now what is humidity also we learnt. What is humidity? It is a measure of moisture in the air. Then we had studied about the meteorological department. So what does this meteorology indicates? Meteorology is the scientific study of the atmosphere. And who is a meteorologist? Meteorologist is a person who studies the weather. Then we had taken the weather report of 7 days, isn't it? And seen the changes in the weather. Therefore, the temperature of our atmosphere or the weather is changing every day. We don't have the same weather. Then we had seen the changes in the weather of 1 week, that is from 7/9/2009 to 14/9/2009. So you can record these maximum, minimum and maximum humidity, minimum humidity and the rainfall by seeing the newspaper, or you can get it on the TV or from the radio. All these things you will get the information about this changes in the weather. Then we had done the activities that we have to cut the weather report of 1 week from the newspaper, and if you don't have, you have to take it from your neighbors or friends or in the library. You will get it and you have to paste that picture in your book. Then we had calculated the weather data of a week. Then we had studied about the device used to measure the humidity, which is called as psychrometer or hygrometer. Then the instrument used to measure the rainfall, that is called as a rain gauge. This is a rain gauge. Then we had seen the graphical representation showing the variation of maximum temperature during 3rd to 9th of August 2006. So this graph is showing the maximum temperature, how it is maximum, up, down. Here graphical representation, you can see it. Then next we had studied about temperature. So when is the maximum temperature of the day and when is the minimum temperature of the day we had studied. So the maximum temperature of the day occurs normally in the afternoon as the earth get heated up by the sun, and the minimum temperature occurs early in the morning. So here how they measure the temperature, we have seen the special thermometers are there. They will record the maximum and the minimum temperature of the day. Then we had seen the effect of sun in changing of weather. Then we had read about the climate. So what is a climate? Climate of a place is defined as the average weather condition at a particular place over a long period of time, that is for about 25 to 30 years or more, and the weather will be varying from one place to another. The weather won't be same in all the places. Then we had calculated to understand about the climate, we had taken the climatic conditions of two places, information about the climate of two places. One is Srinagar, which is in Jammu and Kashmir, and Thiruvananthapuram, which is in Kerala. And we had seen from these two tables that will provide the information regarding the climatic conditions at two different places in India. So we can easily find the differences in the climate of both the states. We can see that Kerala is very hot and wet in comparison to Jammu and Kashmir, which has moderately hot and wet climate for a part of year. Then we had studied about effect of sun in changing of climate. So in this we had studied that near the north and south pole the climate is cold, whereas near to equator it is very hot. Then we had said about climate and adaptation, how the animals or the birds are adapted to the climate. Then we had studied the examples of the adaptation of animals like polar bear in the polar regions, which is situated near the poles, that is North Pole and South Pole. And so then we had seen some of the tropical rainforests which are found in India, Malaysia, Indonesia, Kenya, Uganda and Nigeria. So first we had studied about polar regions. So the polar regions, here the climate is very cold. Why? Because it is always covered with the snow and it is always, most of the part of the year it is very cold. So here 6 months the sun does not set at the poles, while the 6 months the sun does not rise. So in the winters also the temperature can be as low as -37°C. So here which animals are adapted to this type of climate is polar bear, seals, penguins and many types of fishes, musk oxen, reindeer, foxes, birds, etc. So these are adapted to live in these severe cold conditions. Then why polar bear? How polar bear is adapted to this polar regions? What are the reasons for this we had studied? So first of all, polar bear is a carnivorous bear whose native lies largely with the Arctic Circle. So it lives in the Arctic Circle, which is very cold. Then how it is adapted means, first of all, polar bears have white fur which camouflages it with the white snow. The next is body of the polar bear is covered with dense fine fur that traps air to keep them warm. Then the polar bear finds the seals breathing holes in the ice and waits patiently. Then polar bear's huge teeth help in tearing its prey apart. Then polar bear has a strong sense of smell to locate its enemy and its prey. Then we had said about hibernation. What is hibernation? So hibernation is a state or condition of inactivity of a plant or animal spending the winter in a long snooze, especially for the purpose of rest. So they'll be resting during the winter. They don't come out. They are inactive during the winter season. For example, amphibians, reptiles. Then the physical activities on the warm days necessitate cooling. So the polar bear, so when it is very hot, the polar bear goes for swimming. So it is a good swimmer also. Then it has a paws which are wide and large, which help it not only to swim well but also to walk with ease in the snow. Then while swimming underwater, it can close its nostrils and can remain underwater for a long duration. Then next, we had seen the adaptation of polar bear to the polar regions. Next, we had studied about penguin. So penguins are aquatic. Aquatic means which live in water. Flightless birds living almost exclusively in the southern hemisphere in Antarctica. How it is adapted to the cold climate is, this bird means a penguin's body is white on the front and black on the back. You can see it in the picture. In winter, this gives it a camouflage. Penguins have a thick layer of subcutaneous fat, thick skin and dense feather cover. So it has a thick layer of fat which will protect it from the snow or very cold. Penguin lives in group. They huddle together to keep themselves warm. Penguins are also good swimmers with a streamlined body to reduce resistance. Heavy and solid bones make penguins heavier to help them to dive underwater for food. Then we had studied about penguin. These are the feats of penguin. Like polar bears, penguins are also good swimmers. So the other animals living in the polar regions are many types of fishes, musk oxen, reindeers, foxes, seals, whales and birds. Then next is, fish can remain under cold water for a long time. Yeah, it is aquatic animal. Though it is summer or winter, it lives in the water. Then birds must remain warm to survive. So what they do, they cannot live in the water for all the season. So they migrate, means move from one place to another. So during winter season, when the winter comes, they cannot live in the water. So they move to the warmer places, means where it is hot. Again they come back after the winter is over. So like this, we had studied about the Siberian crane that comes from the Siberia to the places in India like Bharatpur in Rajasthan and Sultanpur in Haryana. So these are the animals which are able to live in the polar regions. Reindeers, foxes, seals, whales, musk oxen, polar birds, then how this Siberian crane is adapted. The Siberian crane must keep its body warm to survive in winter. So during winter it migrates to far away warmer places. So already we have studied about this. Then the tropical rainforest. So the tropical rainforest, here the climate is very hot. Because why it is hot? Because it is located around the equator. Even in the coldest month, the temperature is generally higher than about 15 degrees Celsius. And during hot summer, the temperature may cross up to 40 degrees Celsius. So here days and nights are almost equal in lengths. The major types of animals living in the rainforest are monkeys, apes, gorillas, tigers, elephant, leopard, lizard, snake, birds and insects. Then we had studied about arboreal animals. So you might have studied there are terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, arboreal animals. So aquatic animals means animals which live in water. Terrestrial animals means which live on land. Then arboreal animals means which live on trees, isn't it? So in that we had studied the example of red-eyed tree frog, isn't it? And the monkeys. Why they live on the trees? Because they have a long and prehensile tail for grasping tree branches, and their hands and feet are also modified. Then toucans. Toucans, we had said about toucans. This is also a topical region bird. So let us study about toucans. Toucans are brightly colored birds with the long, large and colorful beaks. They make their nest in the tree hollows and holes excavated by other animals. They are primarily frugivorous but also prey upon insects and small reptiles. So these toucans are also colorful birds, and what they do is they build a nest in the tree hollows, and then their food is mainly fruit. They usually eat the fruits, but they feed upon insects and small reptiles also. Now the next one is the lion-tailed macaw. So the lion-tailed macaw, which lives in the rainforest of Western Ghats. Can you see in the picture here? So in the picture you can see the lion-tailed macaw. So where it lives in the rainforest of Western Ghats. It is adapted to live in the rainforest. So it is adapted to live in the rainforest. Its outstanding characteristic is silver white man, which surrounds the head from the cheeks down to its chin. So this part. And so the monkey is called as beard ape. You can see this white hair, like, isn't it, surrounding from the head till the cheeks down to its chin. So the monkey is called as beard ape. This is also a type of monkey. Then next, let us study about elephant. You might have seen elephant, isn't it? It is a wild animal which lives in the forest. So Indian elephant living in a tropical rainforest of India is another example of an animal that has adapted to the conditions of the rainforest. So elephant also is adapted to the conditions of the rainforest. So how it is adapted? First of all, the nose of the elephant is modified in the form of trunk, due to which it has a strong sense of smell. So nose, it has a nose which is modified in the form of a trunk. This, it is in the form of a trunk, due to which it has a strong sense of smell. It can sense whether any animal is coming or any enemy to attack it. It also uses its trunk to pull down fruits and leaves from trees to eat. Already everyone is familiar with this, isn't it? It uses its trunk to pull down the fruits and the leaves from the trees to eat. Adult elephants develop tusks which are used to tear the bark of the tree to eat. And the adult elephants, what they have developed the tusk which are used to tear the bark of the trees. So they tear the bark. These are the bark of the trees, and they eat it. Many tropical animals have sensitive hearing, sharp eyesight, thick skin and a skin color which helps them to camouflage by blending with their surroundings. So most of the tropical animals, what they have? They are first of all sensitive in hearing, then they have the sharp eyesight, then they have the thick skin, and they have the same color, skin color, which helps them to match with the surroundings. So this will protect them from the predator for hunting, or they are escaped from the animals. For example, big cats, lion and tigers have thick skins and sensitive hearing. Now how the cat and the leopards are adapted. Next, tropical rainforest animals, that is cat and the leopards. The big cat and leopard have flexible bodies designed for running, jumping and climbing. Already everyone is familiar with the cat, isn't it? How it runs, jumps, climbing. So their intestines are short as they only digest meat and not vegetable matter. So these animals are carnivorous, means they can digest only the meat and not the vegetables. So the animals which feed only on green or vegetables are herbivorous. So these are carnivorous. Their sharp teeth are like scissors to tear the flesh. So their teeth are so sharp like scissors that will help them to tear the flesh of the other animals. They hunt at night because they have larger field of vision. And usually what they do, this leopard and cat hunt during the night. Why? Because their vision will be sharp only in the night. They have larger field of vision. Means they can see very clearly in the night. Then adaptations of lions and tigers. How lions and tigers are adapted. Lions and tigers have thick brown skin which help them to hide easily in the forest. So you can see this thick skin, brown color here also. This is tiger, this is lion. Lions and tigers have thick brown skin which help them to hide easily in the forest. They have sensitive hearing and sharp eyesight which help to protect them from the predators and to catch their prey. So they are sensitive for hearing and they have the sharp eyesight. So this will help them to catch the animals and eat easily. So now in this chapter today, I have completed this chapter, weather, climate and adaptations of animals to climate. So today I have completed this lesson. The remaining part, a little bit part was remaining, so I have explained you. So now we have finished this chapter. So here are the points to be remembered. So what you have learnt in this chapter is the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to the temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. is called the weather of that place. Then we had studied that the weather is generally not the same on any 2 days and a week after week. The maximum temperature of the day occurs generally in the afternoon while the minimum temperature occurs in the early morning. The times of sunrise and sunset also change during the year. All the changes in the weather are driven by the sun. The average weather pattern taken over a long period, say 25 years, is called as the climate of that place. The tropical and the polar regions are the two regions of the earth which have severe climatic conditions. Animals are adapted to the conditions in which they live. The polar regions are very cold throughout the year. The sun does not set for 6 months in a year, and in the other 6 months it does not rise. Animals in the polar region are adapted to the extremely cold climate by having some special characteristics such as white fur, strong sense of smell, a layer of fat under the skin, wide and large paws for swimming and walking, etc. Then migration is another means to escape the harsh cold conditions. Because of the hospitable climatic conditions, huge population of plants and animals are found in the tropical rainforest. Animals in the tropical rainforest are adapted such as they eat the different kinds of food to overcome the competition for food and shelter. Some adaptations of animals living in the tropical rainforest include living on the trees, development of strong tails, long and large beaks, bright colors, sharp patterns, loud voice, diet of fruits, sensitive hearing, sharp eyesight, thick skin, ability to camouflage in order to protect themselves from predators. So this much we have learned. So now here are the keywords. Can you see the keywords here? Adaptation, climate, elements of weather, humidity, maximum temperature, migration, minimum temperature, polar region, tropical rainforest, tropical region, weather. So now these are the keywords where you have to write the definitions of the keywords. So here in what you have learnt on page number 77. So almost in all the lessons, after the lesson you have what you have learnt. So in that most of the keywords definitions you will be getting it. So now here also For adaptation also you have. Then climate you have here in this. So you have to see it and write the correct definitions of the key words. Okay. Then do you know that rainforests cover about 6% of the earth's surface, but they have more than half of the animal life and about 2/3 of the flowering plants of the planet. However, much of this life is still unknown to us. So rainforests, they cover what? 6% of the earth's surface, but they have more than half of them are animal life and about only 2/3 of the flowering plants of the planet. So however, much about this life is still unknown to us. So this is the end of the chapter weather, climate and adaptation. So now here in this lesson we have completed the chapter. Now here you have the extended learning projects and activities on page number 79. So here I'll read out, you can see it in your textbook. So here you see, collect the weather reports of 7 successive days in the winter months, preferably December. Collect similar reports for the summer months, preferably June. Now prepare a table for sunrise and sunset times as shown. So now here is a table, date, in the June when the sun will rise and when the sun will set, and during the December month, that is winter. So when there is a sunrise and when there is a sunset, the time you have to write it. Then after that you have to try to answer the following questions. So what is the first question? Is there any difference in the time of sunrise during summer and winter? When do you find that the sun rises earlier? Do you find any difference in the time of sunset during the month of June and December? When are days longer? When are nights longer? Why are the days sometimes longer and sometimes shorter? Plot the length of the day against the days chosen in June and December. So collect the information about the Indian Meteorological Department, or if possible visit its website. On the website also you can get it. Write a brief report about the things this department does. So what work is done by this department, you have to write a report about it. So after every lesson you have the projects and the activities. It is different from what we are giving you for the test. Now for the next test, now for the coming Monday, you will be having a test that is based on activities. So I'll let you know the activity by Wednesday or Thursday on which topic you have to do the science activity. So this here now we have completed the full lesson. We have discussed the projects and activities to be done. We have discussed the question answers. Then choose the correct answers. Then do you know? Then what all we have learnt in this chapter. So in the next class, let us continue with the next chapter. So all of you all, please read the lesson and be revising. Very soon you all will have the test. Thank you.